Hi everyone. What the hell were the Clintons doing in Quebec? You can bet whatever the actual reason is, it's bad news and bad for average Canadians. It recently occurred to me just how many ties the Clinton family has with Canada. And for those of you who may not be in the know, be warned, everything you're about to hear is 100% true and terrifying. Let's start back in the 80s. Remember that whole blood scandal thingy?
Infected with HIV by a transfusion.
What would later be defined as the deadliest medical scandal in this country's history.
Well, it's covered in Clinton fingerprints. Ultimately, 2,000 people were infected with HIV in Canada, and up to 60,000 ended up with hepatitis C due to inadequate blood screening sourced from US prisons. Canadian hemophiliacs launched a $300 million lawsuit against the federal government and two companies. Much of the contaminated plasma was collected from Arkansas prison inmates. It was shipped to Canada by a U.S. firm with links to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas at the time, and it was his administration that contracted the now defunct Health Management Associates, HMA, to provide medical care to prisoners. As part of this process, HMA was permitted to collect blood from prisoners, which later found its way into Canada. This became a very profitable enterprise. HMA's president at that time was Leonard Dunn, a personal friend and political ally of Mr. Clinton. There was even a documentary made on the blood scandal known as Factor 8, the Arkansas prison blood scandal by investigative journalist Kelly Duda.
While making Factor 8, I had a gun pointed at the back of my head. I was sued. I lost a relationship, my tires were slashed, my house was broken into, and sensitive files on my computer were stolen.
Next up, the Frank Giustra connection. Giustra is a Canadian mining tycoon and former chairman of Lionsgate Entertainment. He's a good friend of Bill Clinton. Giustra is also a member of the board of trustees of the Clinton Foundation. In June 2007, Giustra joined with Clinton to launch the Clinton-Giustra Enterprise Partnership to address global poverty. He has donated more than $66 million to the Clinton Foundation. Giustra was one of the key people that helped build, finance, and eventually sell off to the Russians, a company that would become known as Uranium One. The sale gave the Russians control of 1/5 of all uranium production capacity in the United States. Among the agencies that eventually signed off was the State Department, then headed by Mr. Clinton's wife Hillary Rodham Clinton. What are the odds, right? Now on to the corporate connection. The Clinton Foundation counts some of Canada's best-known corporations, auto parts giant Magna International Inc., mining company Barrick Gold Corp., and Toronto Dominion Bank among its large donors. Many wealthy individuals have also supported the Clinton Foundation from Canada. To take these reported examples from the Globe and Mail, Lucas London, chairman of the TSX-listed mining company that bears his name, donated $1 million to $5 million. Another $500,000 to $1 million came from the Toronto real estate executive Michael Cooper, whose companies own a collection of prize office properties in Canada, including 50% of Toronto's Scotia Plaza. TD Deputy Chairman Frank McKenna, who was Canada's ambassador to Washington when George W. Bush was president, kicked in $100,000 to $250,000. The disclosures come in ranges rather than stating exactly how much an individual donated. And don't forget you, the Canadian taxpayer. You're also contributing. That's right. At the Family Planning Summit earlier this year, the Trudeau government announced $241.5 million in foreign aid, all funded by Canadian taxpayers, with $20 million of that funding going to the Clinton Health Access Initiative, CHAI, for a program in Nigeria that claims it will give access to sexual and reproductive health services in the West African nation over the next 5 years. CHAI was founded in 2002 as part of the Clinton Foundation. It became a separate affiliated entity in 2010. Nice gesture, but I'm sure many Canadians could benefit from their tax dollars going to reproductive needs in Canada. Finally, we get to the recent news that Bill and Hillary are vacationing in North Hatley, Quebec at a 5-star resort. Interesting location for two political multimillionaires. How did they get cleared by border services? How many investigations are they under right now? I thought we denied people entry if they had a DUI from the 1970s, but how do these two get in?
What difference at this point does it make?
The Clinton Foundation is currently under investigation by the Senate Action Committee. It's regarding former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's effort to thwart a Bangladesh government corruption probe of Muhammad Yunus, a Clinton Foundation donor and close friend of the Clintons. No big deal, nothing to see here. Also, the Hillary Clinton email fiasco isn't ending anytime soon, with State Department officials saying they have no idea when they will finish sorting through and releasing the previously hidden messages. So why would the Clintons choose this random Quebec resort? I did a little Googling and discovered it's only about 2 hours away from the Roxham Road location, the US-Canada border crossing that is a lightning rod of controversy right now, since thousands of illegals are using it as a way to get into Canada. Currently, the vast majority of asylum seekers are from Haiti, and the Clintons have one hell of a history with Haiti. After the infamous 7.0 earthquake that devastated the country in 2010, the Clintons rushed down to the impoverished nation supposedly to help rebuild homes, schools, and Port-au-Prince. Well, it didn't really work out that way. In January 2015, a group of Haitians surrounded the New York offices of the Clinton Foundation. They chanted slogans, accusing Bill and Hillary Clinton of having robbed them of billions of dollars. In fact, very little of the billions in aid money raised was ever seen by the Haitians. Bill Clinton was the designated UN representative for aid to Haiti. Following the earthquake, Clinton had, with media fanfare, established the Haiti Reconstruction Fund. Meanwhile, his wife Hillary was the US Secretary of State. She was in charge of U.S. aid allocated to Haiti. Haitians observed that a number of companies that received contracts in Haiti happened to be entities that made large donations to the Clinton Foundation. Haitian deals appeared to be a quid pro quo for filling the coffers of the Clintons. And in retrospect, the Clintons didn't really build anything. Supposedly only 6 homes have been built so far. When the WikiLeaks dump happened about a year ago, people noticed Hillary Clinton seemed very interested in the welfare of Laura Silsby, a missionary accused of stealing Haitian children. Not orphans, but kids with families. Silsby was arrested on child trafficking charges. Her charges were mysteriously reduced to arranging irregular air travel after the Clintons apparently intervened. She only spent 6 months in jail. I wonder why they would help someone involved with something so immoral. So what do you think about the Clintons vacationing in Quebec? Do you really think it's just a harmless visit? Do you think it has anything to do with the Clinton Foundation or the surge in illegal immigrants to Canada recently? I always encourage you to do your own research and draw your own conclusions. But thinking critically is always a necessity when it comes to the Clinton family. Thanks so much for watching my video, liking, and subscribing. Have a great day.